All right, so I just got the ToAuto PCP Air Compressor. A pretty great little unit here. And on this side, just fans. A lot of cooling, which is great. Get the pressure gauge up here. This goes to 0 all the way up to 6,000, although in the manual they say don't go above 3,000. So you set it with your little knob here and it stops automatically. So I'll set it lower just for the test. I don't have my air guns with me to fill those, but I can say that it puts out air. I can feel it clearly. I've got a bleed valve here, so when you're done filling the tank, you disconnect. There's still going to be some high pressure air in the line, so you can disconnect it here. You've got a nice little cable wrap here for your 12 volt, some jumper plugs on there. So wrap nice, your little standard 12 volt connector, and then you have a matching one here. You've got your standard computer style plug for 110 or wall input, or 220. It's got a switch on the front. You've got fuse, easily accessible. You've got your on button, and once I plug it in, you've got your thermometer. Another fan here, and it is a bit loud, but it's high pressure, so it's louder from the cooling fans that keep everything nice and cool. So when you're dealing with really high pressures, compressors get really hot. So it's nice. I don't mind that it's loud because normally it would be outside in the shop, and noise isn't really going to be too much of an issue. So I'll let you hear it. You'll hear it as soon as I plug it in, and then I'll show you this in 1 second. All right, so I unscrewed it. This is your filter or your desiccant. So that's going to keep water out of the tanks you're filling, which is a really nice feature. I haven't seen that before. So it's, and it came with a bunch of these. So I'll show you the accessory pack, which is really nice. Comes with a bunch of those desiccants, O-rings, 2 spare fuses, your little blast caps or whatever you'd call them. That's your overpressure release. Those little brass discs, so those are going to keep you from overpressurizing. Those little brass discs will pop before you break a line or a tank or something like that. And then you've got your standard kind of quick connect. So I've got the filter unscrewed, but I'll show you the other end. So you've got your little, I've got the cap in there. Let me see if I can get that out. All right, so I screwed this back together. They recommend you put the filter closest to the compressor, so that's what I'm gonna do. So it goes on there, positive, click, it locks, it's on there, it's really good. I haven't noticed or felt any leaking, but let's get to the loud part. Headphone users, be warned. So those fans pick up. You can see the display here. And then once you click on, it'll kick on, and I'm gonna put the cap back in so we can build some pressure in the line here and show you the automatic shutoff. There we go, so I got the cap in. So I'm gonna set this, I've got it set right about to 1,000, and we'll kick it on. Let me check. I didn't plug something in right. Oh, I didn't get a positive click out of my cap. Let me put the cap back in and do it one more time. All right. I didn't have my cap in there all the way, so as soon as I turned the pressure on, it fell out. So we'll plug it back in and we'll turn the compressor on and we'll watch. The fan's winding up. We've got our pressure set to 1,000. Click our button. as soon as it gets to 1,000, it clicks off and you can see it's holding pressure. And then we'll test the bleed valve now. There we go. Simple as that. And then the fans stay on to keep it cooling. So, you know, you can feel if it's not too, if you don't feel a bunch of hot air coming out, and you can leave it on for a little bit. And then when you're done, you can just unplug it. And it's as simple as that. And then you just keep the bleed off if you want. I usually keep them loose just because if you get changes in temperature or anything like that, you're not creating a vacuum or creating pressure inside of it, and, you know, leaving it under pressure, because it is a compressor. It's not there's no tank per se. So it's all the pressure is coming out of here. Fill all your high pressure tanks. The max capacity is 500 cc's, I believe, or half a liter. And then up to, you know, 3,000 psi, which is pretty good. Yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed, and I think it's gonna do good. I mean, it's built really well. All the extras it came with is definitely a plus, not having to find some filters or anything, and it's all standard fittings. They also came with a threaded adapter, so if you have a different fitting on your tank or for your filler, you've got a threaded adapter here, so you can pop that puppy in and thread in your fitting. So it's all good. I think it's gonna serve well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And then you've got your little test card showing that did some QC, quality control, which is always nice to see. And I've got a few ToAuto products, and I've got a benchtop power supply as well as a multimeter and soldering iron. And for the price, you can't beat them. So I think this would hold up really well up against anything else for, you know, a fraction of the price. So you can't beat that. All right, thanks guys, and hopefully that helped you in choosing your product if it's right for you. Have a great day.